Welcome to Creature Features with K Brothers, the podcast where we uncover the amazing world of animals, paws, claws, and jaw-dropping facts. And now, here's your host, the one and only kid animal expert, Kai.
Hi, I'm Kai. Today we are going on an adventure to discover the amazing world of insects and their superpowers. We'll meet the fiercest, fastest, smartest bugs on the planet. So buckle up and get ready to be amazed.
Yes, Kai, we share our planet with around 900,000 known species of insects, and scientists believe there are millions more waiting to be discovered. Insects make up 3/4 of all the known species on Earth, so we truly live in a world of bugs.
And some of these bugs have cool superpowers. Let's start our journey with the Asian giant hornet. This insect has a bright orange head and an orange and black striped body. But it's not just their appearance that's striking. It's their superpowers.
Superpowers, Kai? Tell me more about that.
Asian giant hornets have a fierce jaws and a painful sting. They can wipe out a whole nest of 10,000 honeybees in just a couple of hours. But these mighty insects have a weakness too.
Tell me more about that.
These giant hornets can't stand high heat. Honeybees have found this out and start vibrating their bodies to increase the temperature of their hive. The honeybees can survive in temperatures of to 118 degrees. But the hornets can't stand anything above 115. It's an epic survival strategy.
It's like a mini war in the insect world. What about the green tiger beetle, Kai?
Oh, the green tiger beetle is another superstar. They're like the splinters of the insect world. They can run up to 5.6 miles an hour. That's 120 times their body length in just 1 second.
That's impressive. If humans could do that, we'd be super fast.
And moving on to another impressive insect, the green lace-wing larva. These insects are the masters of the skies. They dress up like aphids, their prey, to avoid detection by ants. It's like they have their own little costume party.
What a clever way to avoid predators. But I heard that the firefly has a more sinister form of mimicry.
That's true, Mom. The female firefly uses their light to attract male fireflies of a different species. But instead of being friendly, when the male firefly comes close, she eats him.
Yikes! That's not a very friendly welcome.
No, it's not. Next on our list, meet the Herculean Beetle. It has a long brown body with long double horn.
That sounds very majestic, Kai. What makes it so strong?
You wouldn't believe it, Mom, but the Hercules beetle can lift 850 times its body weight. It would be like if you or I was able to push a car.
Wow, that's so impressive. Do they use this strength for anything specific?
They often use their strength to fight other male beetles during mating season. It's like a superhero showdown. Dun, dun, dun!
That sounds very intense. And Kai, what are their predators?
Hercules beetles have to watch out for birds, rats, bats, and some reptiles. But with their strength, they sure can put up a good battle.
Incredible. Who's our next superhero, Kai?
Let's move on to the heaviest insect in the world, the little barrier giant grasshopper. These insects have long, round, brown bodies with spiny legs.
So how do these giant insects protect themselves, Kai?
Since they're too heavy to jump or run fast, they rely on their massive size and scary looks to deter predators. But they do need to be careful of rats, owls, and kingfishers.
Oh, that's quite interesting. I never thought an insect could be so big it can't jump. Who's up next?
Up next, we have an insect that's like a tiny tank on legs. The ironclad beetle. This insect has a black and cream splotching pattern on its body. But its most impressive feature is its super hard exoskeleton.
An exoskeleton is like an armor, right?
Exactly, Mom. The ironclad beetle's exoskeleton is like a shield. It's so tough, it protects the beetle from most predators. When they feel threatened, they can pull in their legs and play dead.
Play dead? That's a clever trick. So no predator can get through their armor?
Well, it's tough for most predators, including birds and reptiles. But some may be able to crack the shell. Oh no! But it's still a fantastic defense strategy.
Absolutely. It seems like these bugs have a real life shield. Now, who's the next insect superpower on our list, Kai?
Up next, we have the termite. These insects may seem small and harmless, but they have a surprising superpower.
Really? What's that?
Termites have round, dark brown heads with long snouts, and when they are attacked, they squirt out stinky goo from these snouts.
Stinky chemical goo? That sounds like quite a defense mechanism.
Yes, it's pretty awesome, Mom. This goo is sticky and can irritate and paralyzes their enemies. They can also send out distress signals for other termites to come help them.
Wow, they sound like real little warriors. What creatures would try to attack them?
Ants, spiders, and centipedes. But with their smelly superpower, termites have a strong line of defense.
That's absolutely fascinating, Kai. Let's move on. Who's next on our list?
Well, if we're talking about fascinating, wait until you hear about the antlion.
The antlion? That sounds like a combination of two very different creatures.
It does, doesn't it? But wait until you hear about their superpower. The antlion is a creature that's totally fascinating. They have a flat head with sickle-shaped jaws and a round, plump abdomen.
So what makes them special?
Well, Mom, the antlion is like a deadly architect. It digs a funnel-shaped pit in sandy soil. This pit acts as a trap for ants and other small insects.
Oh, a trap? How does that work?
When an unsuspecting ant stumbles into this trap, the antlion starts tossing sand at it. This causes an avalanche, and the poor ant goes tumbling into the antlion's jaws.
That's pretty cunning for an insect. And who are the predators of the antlion, Kai?
Despite their tricky traps, antlions still need to be wary of birds and wasps. But with their clever tactics, they're pretty good at staying safe.
That's certainly a unique way to hunt. Now, who's the next bug on our list, Kai?
Let's move on to the leafcutter ant, an insect that would impress the best chefs.
A chef, Kai? How do they cook?
Well, not exactly cooking, Mom, but they're definitely into food preparation. They carry leaves to farm the fungus they grow.
They grow their own food? That's impressive.
Yes, the big worker ants use their powerful jaws to cut and carry leaves back to the colony. Then the smaller workers chew up the leaves into a paste that fertilizes the fungus. Talk about team effort.
That's an incredible division of labor. Who do these industrious ants need to watch out for?
They have to be wary of armadillos and anteaters. But with their farming skills and teamwork, they're pretty good at surviving.
Amazing teamwork indeed. So, who's our next insect superhero, Kai?
Our next creature is the yam-hawk moth, a moth with an incredible defense mechanism. These moths have light and dark brown wings with the gold stripes on each side of their abdomen, and they also have a long proboscis.
So what makes a yam hawk moth special, Kai?
They can detect a bat's echolocation and sends out a sonar sound that sends bats away.
Can you tell me more about echolocation?
Of course, Mom. Bats use echolocation to navigate in the dark. They send out sound waves that bounce off objects, and by listening to the echoes, they can tell where things are. But our yam-hawk moth can pick up on these sounds and sends out a warning of its own.
That's an impressive defense mechanism. Do they have other predators as well?
Well, not many creatures can catch these clever moths, but they do need to be careful of bats, despite their smart defenses.
Amazing, Kai. So, who's our next insect superhero?
We're going to talk about a tiny creature with a big impact. The bullet ant. It's known for the most painful sting in the world. It's got a reddish-black body and looks a little bit like a wasp without wings.
The most painful insect sting in the world? That sounds terrifying. What happens when they sting?
When a bullet ant stings, it releases a neurotoxin. This toxin can cause muscle spasms and even temporary paralysis. It's called a bullet ant because people get stung. They say it feels like getting shot.
That's definitely a superpower, but not one I like to experience. And what about predators?
Even with their painful sting, they need to watch out for the fruit fly. But their potent sting keeps most predators at bay.
That's one tough insect. What's the next insect superpower, Kai?
Next on our list is the siafu ant, also known as the safari ant. They're quite the adventurers. These ants have a blackish-brown body and are known by their scissor-like jaws.
Scissor-like jaws? That sounds intense. What do they use those for?
It's super intense, Mom. These ants travel in massive groups and merge by the millions to find food. And if they find a larger prey, they swarm into its nose and mouth, suffocating it.
Oh my, that sounds terrifying. And what happens next?
The siafu ant then uses their razor-sharp jaws to cut the large prey into pieces and carry it back to their nest to eat later. It's all about teamwork in the siafu ant world.
That's an incredible display of teamwork and strength. Do these mighty ants have any predators?
They sure do. Honey badgers, mongooses, gorillas, and chimpanzees all fancy a siafu ant snack. But with their impressive strategies and massive numbers, these ants are hard to defeat.
Amazing! Before we wrap up our incredible journey into the world of insect superpowers, I think it's time for a little insect humor. Do you have a joke for us, Cam?
Yes!
What is it?
What happened when the honeybee called its hive?
I don't know. What happened when a honeybee called its hive?
It got a buzzy signal.
That's a wonderful joke, Cam.
Well, this brings us to the end of this episode of Creature Features with K Brothers.
Remember, listeners, if you've enjoyed our journey into the world of insects, be sure to tell your friends about our podcast.
Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our adventures. Next week, we are going to dive into another fascinating topic. So stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us today.
Bye and keep exploring.
You've been listening to Creature Features with K Brothers. Tune in next time for more paws, claws, and jaw-dropping facts. Until then, keep your curiosity wild.